Welcome to the Retirement Classroom. Today we are delivering the definitive Social Security Masterclass. We're going to rank every claiming strategy, break down every rule, and give you the complete decision framework. Whether you're single, married, divorced, or widowed, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to maximize your benefits. Let's start with the numbers that matter in 2026. The average Social Security check is now $2,076 per month, but the range is enormous. If you claim at 62, the maximum possible benefit is $2,969 per month. Wait until your full retirement age of 67, and that maximum jumps to $4,152. And if you delay all the way to 70, you could receive $5,181 per month. That's 74.5% more than claiming at 62. Yet only about 4% of Americans wait until 70 to claim. Most people are leaving significant money on the table. Here's the fundamental rule everyone needs to understand. Your full retirement age, FRA, is 67 if you were born in 1960 or later. This is the age at which you receive 100% of your calculated benefit, called your primary insurance amount, or PIA. Claiming before FRA means a permanent reduction. Claiming after FRA means a permanent increase. There are no do-overs and no catch-up provisions. The decision you make is locked in for life. Let's break down what happens when you claim early. If you claim at 62 with an FRA of 67, your benefit is permanently reduced by 30%. The math works like this. For the first 36 months before FRA, benefits are reduced by 0.05% per month, which equals 6.67% per year. For any additional months beyond 36, the reduction is 0.05% per month, or 5% per year. Combined over 60 months, that's a full 30% cut. If your FRA benefit would be $4,000 per month, claiming at 62 drops it to $2,800 forever. Now let's look at the upside. Delayed retirement credits. For every year you delay past your full retirement age, your benefit increases by 8%. That's 2/3 per month. From age 67 to 70, that's 3 years of credits, adding 24% to your benefit. These credits stop accumulating at age 70, so there's no advantage to waiting beyond that. If your FRA benefit is $4,000, delaying to 70 increases it to $4,960. That extra $960 per month is guaranteed inflation-adjusted income for life. So when does delaying actually pay off? The break-even analysis is straightforward. Comparing claiming at 62 versus 67, the break-even age is approximately 78 years and 8 months. If you live past that, waiting to 67 pays off. Comparing 62 to 70, the break-even is about 82.5 years. A 65-year-old today has roughly a 50% chance of living to 85, and for a couple both age 65, there's a 50% chance at least one of them reaches 90. So the odds favor delaying for most healthy retirees. But break-even isn't the whole story. Delaying also provides better inflation protection through COLA adjustments on a larger base amount, higher survivor benefits for your spouse, and a larger guaranteed income floor. Let's talk about spousal benefits. If you're married, you may be entitled to up to 50% of your spouse's primary insurance amount. To get the full 50%, you need to claim at your full retirement age. Claiming spousal benefits before FRA reduces them. At 62, you'd receive only about 32.5% of your spouse's PIA instead of 50. And here's a critical rule. Spousal benefits do not earn delayed retirement credits. There is zero advantage to waiting past your FRA for spousal benefits. They max out at 50% at FRA and never go higher. Your spouse must be receiving benefits or have filed and suspended before the rule change for you to claim spousal benefits. The marriage must have lasted at least 1 year. Now, an important clarification for couples. The old file and suspend strategy was eliminated in 2016, and the restricted application strategy, where you could claim spousal benefits only while letting your own benefit grow, is only available to those born before January 2nd, 1954. If you were born on or after that date, when you file for benefits, the Social Security Administration automatically calculates both your own retirement benefit and your spousal benefit and pays you the higher amount. You cannot strategically choose one over the other. This means couples born after 1953 need to think carefully about coordinated timing rather than relying on filing tricks. Survivor benefits are perhaps the most important benefit that nobody plans for properly. When one spouse dies, the surviving spouse can receive up to 100% of the deceased spouse's benefit amount. This is a crucial reason to consider delaying. The higher earner's benefit becomes the survivor benefit for the remaining spouse. If the higher earner claimed at 62 and received a reduced benefit, that reduced amount is what the surviving spouse gets stuck with for life. The full retirement age for survivors is 66 to 67, depending on birth year. You can claim reduced survivor benefits as early as age 60, receiving about 71.5%. If you're disabled, you can claim as early as 50. And if you're caring for the deceased child under 16, you can receive 75% of their benefit at any age. The family maximum for survivor benefits is typically between 150 and 180% of the deceased worker's benefit. Here's a strategy many people miss: divorced spouse benefits. If your marriage lasted at least 10 years and you are currently unmarried, you can claim benefits on your ex-spouse's record. You can receive up to 50% of their FRA benefit. Your ex-spouse does not need to know, does not need to consent, and their benefits are not affected in any way. Your ex can even be remarried. It doesn't matter. You just need to have been divorced for at least 2 years, or your ex needs to already be receiving benefits. If you remarry, you lose eligibility for ex-spouse benefits, but if that later marriage also ends, eligibility may be restored. Let's address the earnings test, because this trips up a lot of early claimers. If you claim Social Security before your full retirement age and continue to work, there's an earnings limit. In 2026, you can earn up to $24,480 without any impact. Above that, the Social Security Administration withholds $1 in benefits for every $2 you earn over the limit. In the year you reach FRA, a higher limit applies, $65,160, and the withholding rate drops to $1 for every $3 over the limit. Here's the good news. These withheld benefits are not lost. When you reach full retirement age, your monthly benefit is recalculated upward to account for the month's benefits were withheld. Only earned income counts: wages, salary, self-employment. Investment income, pensions, annuities, and capital gains do not count. Now let's talk taxes. Up to 85% of your Social Security benefits can be subject to federal income tax. The thresholds haven't changed since 1993 and are not indexed for inflation, which means more retirees get caught every year. For single filers, if your combined income exceeds $25,000, up to 50% of benefits become taxable. Above $34,000, up to 85% is taxable. For married filing jointly, those thresholds are $32,000 and $44,000. Combined income means your adjusted gross income plus non-taxable interest plus half of your Social Security benefits. Strategic Roth conversions before claiming, managing withdrawal sources, and using qualified charitable distributions can help keep your combined income below these thresholds. There's been a major development in 2025 that affects millions of retirees. The Social Security Fairness Act was signed into law, repealing both the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset. WEP used to reduce Social Security benefits for people who also received pensions from work not covered by Social Security, primarily government workers, teachers, police, and firefighters. GPO reduced spousal and survivor benefits by 2/3 of the government pension amount. Both are now eliminated, retroactive to January 2024. As of early 2026, over $17 billion has been paid to 3.1 million affected beneficiaries. If you worked in public service and haven't received your adjustment, contact the Social Security Administration immediately. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the trust fund. Social Security's retirement trust fund is projected to be depleted in approximately 2033, about 7 years from now. If Congress takes no action, benefits would be automatically cut by approximately 24% across the board for all beneficiaries. This does not mean Social Security is going bankrupt. Our payroll taxes would still fund about 76% of scheduled benefits, but it would be a significant reduction. Most policy experts believe Congress will act before that deadline, likely through some combination of raising the payroll tax cap, adjusting the full retirement age, modifying COLA calculations, or means testing benefits. For planning purposes, it's reasonable to plan for full benefits if you're currently over 55, but younger workers may want to build in a modest cushion. The 2026 cost of living adjustment was 2.8%, bringing the average monthly check up by about $56. While any increase is welcome, COLA often fails to keep pace with the actual cost retirees face. Healthcare inflation, housing costs, and prescription drug prices typically rise faster than the consumer price index used to calculate COLA. This is why Social Security should be viewed as a foundation, not the entire structure of your retirement income. So let me rank the claiming strategies from most to least optimal for different situations. For healthy singles with adequate savings, delay to 70. To the guaranteed 8% annual return with inflation protection and longevity insurance is nearly impossible to replicate in the market. For married couples where one earner is significantly higher, the higher earner should strongly consider delaying to 70. This maximizes both their own benefit and the eventual survivor benefit for the lower earning spouse. The lower earner might claim earlier if it helps bridge the gap. For those in poor health or with strong family history of early mortality, claiming at 62 or shortly after makes mathematical sense. The break-even analysis works against you if longevity is unlikely. For divorced individuals from long marriages, check your ex's record carefully. You may be entitled to 50% of their FRA benefit, which could be higher than your own. For public service retirees, the WEP and GPO repeal means you should immediately review your benefit estimates. Your Social Security may now be significantly higher than you expected. Here are your action steps. First, create a My Social Security account at ssa.gov to see your personalized benefit estimates. Second, run your numbers at multiple claiming ages using the SSA's retirement estimator. Third, factor in spousal, survivor, and divorced spouse benefits, not just your own. Fourth, consider the tax implications of your claiming decision alongside other retirement income. Fifth, for couples, coordinate your strategies. The higher earner delaying is almost always worth it. And sixth, don't make this decision in isolation. The right claiming age depends on your health, savings, other income sources, tax situation, and family considerations. Thanks for watching this deep dive. If you found this valuable, please subscribe for more weekly retirement education. And if you'd like personalized help analyzing your optimal claiming strategy, check the link in the description for a free Social Security optimization review. Class dismissed. Let me go deeper on a few critical strategies that deserve more attention. First, the coordination strategy for married couples. The single most impactful decision for most couples is having the higher earner delay to 70. Here's why. Imagine a couple where one spouse has an FRA benefit of $3,500 and the other has $2,000. If the higher earner claims at 62, they receive $2,450. When they pass away, the surviving spouse gets that same $2,450. But if the higher earner waits to 70, they receive $4,340. The survivor then receives $4,340. That's almost $2,000 more per month for potentially decades. This is why financial planners often call the higher earner's delay decision the most valuable insurance policy you can buy. The lower earning spouse's strategy is different. In many cases, it makes sense for the lower earner to claim earlier, even at 62. Their benefit will be reduced, but it provides income during the years the higher earner is waiting. And once the higher earner files at 70, if the lower earner's spousal benefit at 50% of the higher earner's PIA exceeds their own benefit, Social Security automatically bumps them up. This create-a-bridge approach is one of the most effective strategies available to couples today. Now let me address a scenario that catches many people off guard, the tax torpedo. This occurs when claiming Social Security pushes your income into a range where a large portion of benefits becomes taxable, which in turn increases your adjusted gross income, which can trigger higher Medicare IRMA surcharges. It's a cascade effect. Consider a retiree with $40,000 in pension income, $20,000 in IRA withdrawals, and $24,000 in Social Security benefits. Their combined income would be $40,000 plus $20,000 plus $12,000, half the Social Security, totaling $72,000. At that level, 85% of their Social Security is taxable. Their effective marginal tax rate on the next dollar of income could exceed 40% when you factor in the Social Security taxation interaction. The solution involves careful income planning years before claiming, using Roth conversions during lower income years, managing which accounts you withdraw from, and timing Social Security claiming to minimize the overlap. Let me also address when claiming early is actually the smart choice. If you have a terminal illness or serious health condition that significantly limits life expectancy, the math clearly favors claiming as soon as possible. If you're being forced out of work and have no other income sources, Social Security at 62 beats going into debt. If you plan to invest the benefits rather than spend them, and are confident you can earn returns exceeding 8% annually after taxes and inflation, though this is very difficult to do consistently, early claiming could theoretically work. And if both spouses have very similar benefit amounts, the survivor benefit advantage of delaying diminishes because the lower benefit disappears when the first spouse passes. There's one more powerful but underused strategy. If you claim Social Security and regret it, you have a 12-month window from when you first filed to withdraw your application entirely. You must repay every dollar you've received, including any spousal or dependent benefits triggered by your filing, but no interest is charged. After that 12-month window closes, your next option is voluntary suspension at full retirement age, where you stop receiving checks and earn delayed retirement credits of 8% per year until 70. This doesn't undo the early claiming reduction entirely, but it can partially offset it. Finally, let me rank all the claiming strategies from best to worst for each situation. For a healthy higher earning spouse, delay to 70, rank A+. It maximizes your own benefit and protects your survivor. For a healthy lower earning spouse, claim at 62 to 64 to bridge the gap, then potentially get bumped up by spousal benefit later. Rank B+. For a healthy single person with savings, delay to 67 to 70, rank A. For someone in poor health, claim at 62, rank A for your situation. For divorced individuals with a 10-plus year marriage, check both your own and ex-spouse's records and claim the higher, rank A if you qualify. For public service retirees, recalculate everything now that WEP and GPO are repealed. This could change your optimal strategy entirely. Remember, Social Security is the only inflation-adjusted, government-guaranteed lifetime income stream available to most Americans. The claiming decision is irreversible and will affect your finances for potentially 30 or more years. Take the time to get it right.
Hey, before you go, if you're serious about your retirement, we'd love to help. Scan the QR code on screen right now or visit the link in the description to book a completely free strategy session with a qualified professional. It only takes a couple minutes to fill out, and there's absolutely no obligation. Take the first step today. We'll see you in the next one.